Buckle up and get ready for a roller coaster ride of some tasteless humor, lots of heart, and radical truth with two scrappy chicks. Because adulting is hard, but we are thinking that laughing about it is just so much easier. Hey, we're back with a bonus episode, and it is Stranger Things seasons 1 and 2. So if you haven't watched it, then go ahead and watch it, 1 and 2, and then listen to this podcast. I am late into the game to watch it. Season 1 came out in 2016. Season 2 came out in 2017. Season 3 came out in 2019. And then we had COVID and the writer's strike. So 4 didn't come out till 23. And now the final season 5 just came out. I didn't read any spoilers or anything, so I don't know all what has happened with 5. I know there's mixed feelings about it and that, but we're gonna start off with season 1. You wanna start, Ash? What you think?
Oh, well, yeah, so I've been watching since like the beginning of 2016 and my daycare lady is like, "Why did it take so long?" And I'm like, "The writer's strike, the COVID." But me and my husband have been avid watchers of Stranger Things since 2016. I don't know how we got hooked on it. Probably because Netflix recommended it, probably because when I was working in 2016, I was working a convention job. Sorry, my cat is deciding to interrupt.
Is that Muna?
That's Muna. So, um, so I was working at anime conventions, and so I think it was like the whole talk, and people were dressing up as the characters. So I think that's mostly why I got into it. But also, we just needed a new show to watch because Dexter and Breaking Bad ended around that time, I think. So, yeah, so for season 1, I know you just started watching and what's funny is when you called me on the phone and you were talking about season 1 with me, you were like, "Why did Hopper put the waffles in the little box thing?" And I'm like, "I can't tell you. You just have to watch and see."
Yeah, and I understood why. I figured it out. I was like, I like kind of forgot about it, and then I figured it out when I seen a certain person, which we won't talk about until we get to that season. And then I was
Yeah.
like, that's why.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I just made some notes here because I literally haven't watched season 1 since 2016, but I did watch like a recap video and made some notes here. So,
Okay.
Nancy's friend Barb, where she just hangs out of the pool, and then while Barb's hanging out at the pool, Nancy's getting some nook nook. And yeah, Barb ends up dying, and Will gets taken to the upside down. And you kind of question yourself, like, how did a kid survive, but this teenage girl died immediately?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So Barb dying sucks, and I remember saying justice for Barb for like a
Yeah.
long time. Um, I think with this show is it just kind of throws you for a loop and it keeps you on the edge. Like first season for sure, and second season and third season and 4 and 5 kind of does it a little bit too. So far I'm on episode
Mm-hmm.
6 of
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things of season 5. We're chugging along, but it's an hour long, and then the finale's 2 hours long. So I won't talk about that though, but it's going good so far. I don't have any bad opinions about it.
Okay.
What did you think about Will's dead body being fake?
Okay. So the first thing we should say that this takes place 1983, and I like it because in 1983 I was summer of 1983 I graduated junior high and then I was entering high school. So I like it. because
Okay,
I
so you're around their age.
a little bit older because they were beginning middle school. They were like 10
Yeah.
and 11, and I was like 13.
Okay.
So yeah, I love
Oh,
it
okay.
because I love the 80s and then the clothes and the music. Um, so yeah, and it was
Do you think it definitely hits the 80s
oh yeah.
era?
Yeah. So it says Hawkins, Indiana, and I'm not sure if that's a true town or if it's fictitious town.
I have no idea. I could look that
Okay.
up for you.
Okay. So, um, and then in what I can't remember which episode, but I thought of your husband because he's so obsessed with his popcorn maker. There was, and I don't know if you knew that this was a popcorn maker. I'll have to send you a picture. And it was a popcorn maker where the bottom was kind of like it was round, kind of like stainless steel, and I want to say that's where you put the kernels and that would heat up, and then it had a plastic dome on it, and then on the top you would put the butter, like a stick of butter, so the butter would melt down into the popcorn. And then I want to say you would like I can't remember how
Interesting.
you opened it. I'll have to look that up, but maybe you flipped it over. But I thought of your husband with that popcorn machine. Like if I see one like going to True North or something, I'm getting that one because I think your husband will like a retro popcorn machine.
Yeah, he has popcorn like every single day since we got the popcorn maker from his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up if Hawkins is a real place and it says it's a fictional town.
Okay. All right. And then so like the characters in season one, I really like Elle and when uh when Will goes missing, um it's it was around Christmas time, right? Or no?
No, it's November 6th, a day
Okay.
before my brother's birthday. I remember.
Okay. And Joyce puts up lights and for some reason she feels Will's communicating to her through the lights.
Oh yeah, that was like a big thing in season one. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people would do the light thing all the time, and there's so much merchandise of the light thing.
Yeah, and people thought she was nutty and that she couldn't let go, that her son was gone, because that was not um
I feel like I feel like if that were to happen to me, I think you would do the exact same thing she did.
well yeah, because and I wrote that I support Joyce because a mother never gives up. She knows. And it was Nancy. Was it it was Nancy and Jonathan that went to go see Mr. Clark to talk about the dimensions, right?
Dimensions, Nancy and Clark. Or Nancy and
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Jonathan's Will's brother, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So they went to Mr. Clark, the guy in the wheelchair.
Guy in the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. He told
I
them
don't
about the
remember.
dimensions.
I don't remember this. Let me look
Okay,
this
do you
up.
remember at the end of two, a guy with a van in a wheelchair flicking off the vehicles driving off?
I don't remember that.
Oh, geez. Well, you'll have to look it up. Look up the cast and you'll see. But he's the one that was telling them about um the dimensions and um the upside down world, which still to me, I'm still trying to figure out what that means. And and then the lab people, very bad people.
Oh yeah.
And the one guy that Elle calls Papa, that's Matthew Modine. And he's in his 60s, and I know him from earlier movies. And I had sent you the one from the 80s. I said, you got to watch it. It's called Vision Quest. That is a good movie. which I'm a very big fan of Pluto and what's the other one? Tubi. They have some good stuff on there and they're free. So if you haven't
Yeah.
downloaded them, download them.
Yeah, I don't remember them talking to this guy in a wheelchair. Like I said, I haven't watched season one in a long time. But basically the upside down, it's Hawkins but upside down, and it's a dark, spooky area where it's just dark, and they have the little dust
The
things
dust
and
particles, like
particles.
it looks like
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, and the thunder is red, so I guess it's evil Hawkins is like
Yeah.
the best way to describe it, because it's all
Well,
covered in thorns and well, the like tentacles.
yeah, but the lab that Hopper found, and it was a secret lab. They had a direct, um, I guess you could say, path to that dimension.
Yes, yeah, they open it up. So honestly, that lab started trouble from the beginning.
And a
And Papa too.
yeah, a Demogorgon. Now, who named that?
The Demogorgon?
Yeah.
The I don't know. It's funny when you're talking about the Demogorgons, because I was like, oh, you're talking about the little flower looking guys? Because that was like the best way to describe the Demogorgons to you.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, those things. Those things are weird. Did you see
Hmm.
the Demodogs?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, those I like those. Those are really cool. I think they're
Yeah.
a little less creepy than the Demogorgon. Yeah, they're super freaking creepy. Yeah, they can capture people and like literally kill them in seconds or eat
Yeah.
them or you know, all the following.
So, key things with this first season is after a Dungeon and Dragons game, which is still popular now. I didn't get into it back then. Will disappears in the woods, and that's when he encountered the monster. And that's when he went missing. And then when they came up with the body, they claimed, that was his and, pretty much telling the mom to move on. You never tell, when someone loses something, you never tell them to move on because grief has no expiration date. Um,
Yeah. How did you feel about Will's dead body being fake when Hopper gets in there to the uh oh, what you call it, where they hold the dead bodies,
oh,
the
the
morgue,
more,
the morgue, yeah, and then
yeah,
he cuts it open and it's fake.
mad and sick.
Mad and sick, yeah.
Yeah.
I had so many questions. I'm like, how did they make this dead body?
Mm-hmm.
Who made this dead body?
Yep. So, and key people in there. So Hopper, he's the police chief. Joyce is Will's mom. Jonathan is Will's brother. And so it's Joyce, Will, and Jonathan, she's divorced. And
Mike,
and then yeah, and then there's Mike and
Lucas,
Dustin and Lucas that are Will's friends. And then Elle, they find Elle in the woods and they really don't know much about her. And it was cute when they gave her a makeover.
oh yes, the cute wig and the pink dress.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would dress in that too. And Agos was like a really big thing when uh that came out too. Here's a note that I wrote in my
Mm-hmm.
notes. You meet Steven, who is Nancy's boyfriend. I put
Mm-hmm.
Steven is a beephole in the first season.
Yeah.
He's a complete butthole.
Yeah.
Like he's just a terrible guy. Now I will tell you, Mom, it's not a spoiler. He does become a better character within the seasons.
Yes.
Um, But there's that love triangle with Nancy and Jonathan and Steven, and that will continue as well. I'll let you know. No spoiler.
Okay. I
But yeah,
figured.
when he puts up that Nancy's a hussy on the movie theater, it's so
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, were you confused when they go to meet Terry, Eleven's mom?
Yeah. Isn't that's in two?
No, that's in one and in two. So in one, Hopper and Joyce go see Terry, and then in season two, 11 goes and sees her mama.
Yeah. But it's not until, I mean, we can get into it when we start talking about two that we see how that
Yeah.
happened. Um, but
Yes.
um I wish I would have like started watching this sooner because it is a really good show. It grabs your attention and I'm glad that I can binge it because after watching an episode you want more. And
Yeah.
not a lot of shows do this, but this show does. I mean, amazing. It's kind of sad it's done.
Yeah, the Duff brothers are amazing writers. They capture the 80s. They just capture a really good story too. And I was hooked on it since it started in the first season. And then, I had to wait a year, unlike you. And then it was an even longer wait when they had the COVID and the strike. So
Hmm.
I was like extremely pregnant with Eli when was that season 4?
Yeah.
Season 4 came out, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait, oh, I didn't have to wait. I had to wait 2 years for this last
I
season,
know
so.
that would have drove me crazy to wait that long.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, Go ahead, Mom.
what was I gonna say? Oh,
I was gonna say, so these are just some more notes that I had. So, the kids end up going a little, like, they try to go and find Will, and they go in the woods, and, the whole time Eleven's trying to get them off track. And then Lucas is like, "You're doing that on purpose. You don't want us to find Will." And what I like is the big bully that was picking on Lucas and like the whole group, that big
yes.
bully. He like pulls out a knife and he's trying to hurt him, and then 11 like breaks his arm. I was like, yeah, you deserve
Oh,
that.
she made another person pee in their pants.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
What I remember from season 1 is friends don't lie, and they say that in all the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Friends don't lie. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And yeah, did you have any other notes for one?
Well, I like how they stick together and
Yeah.
the kids and so for the end of season one, Hopper and Joyce are in the upside down world to find Will, and they find him, and he's like wrapped up in like vines and stuff, right?
Yeah, like they're like vine tentacles.
Yeah. So they save him, and then it ends where they're having dinner. And of course, you gotta end it with, suspense. And it ends where Will is in the bathroom and he throws up a slug that it goes into the drain, right?
Yeah. I made two notes. I like I think in season 1 when they're running away from the government, and 11 and they're riding their bikes running away from the government, and 11 makes the van like flip over them when they're riding their bikes. I thought that was like the coolest scene ever.
Oh yeah.
And you have to also mention that 11 kills the Demogorgon in the school and disappears.
Yes. Yes. And like it's just ashes.
And then we are talking about earlier the Hopper putting the food in the basket.
Yeah,
That
and then it
that cracked
ends
me up so
Hopper.
much.
Hopper puts a Eggo um in a basket like underground. He lifts up
Mhm.
this thing for underground, and I was just like, "What is that about?" And that's when you said, "No, you got to watch season two." So now we'll go on to season two,
Yes, I don't have too
and
many notes, so I'm gonna make you mostly lead that.
okay. So with season two, um, Hopper comes home and he's talking to someone, and I thought, oh, he's got a wife or something. And then next thing you know, I look and I'm like, that's Al. And I'm like, okay. And then that's when I figured out that's who he left the Ago for. And he was hiding her for her own protection and didn't tell anyone. And um and it pretty much says like in the beginning, is um
Will's
Will
going through
has
therapy
yeah,
from the trauma of being kidnapped and being in the upside down, and they're like observing his behavior to make sure he's okay. And then he has like freakouts of like getting possessed and like seizuring, and then he like gets possessed and like does that big drawing.
yeah. And what do you call it? Will, he let's see.
He has the vision of the big scary monster,
Yes.
and it kind of looks like the scary monster kind of looks like a spider, I guess is the easiest way to describe it.
Yes. And then that isn't that when he takes paper and he starts drawing?
Yeah, scribbling the monster, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like throughout Joyce's house. So
Hmm.
it's almost like a maze and they're trying to figure it out. And um she
The
oh
tunnels.
yeah, and then Joyce has a boyfriend, Bob Newby, which is played by Sean Astin. I love him.
Pre-season spam.
Yes. And he came over to see Will, to see how he was doing, and Joyce was kind of like pushing him away and he's like, "Well, I got a bunch of puzzles." And Bob said something that triggered Joyce to be like, "Wait a second. He's smart. He could probably help us." So that's when she had him come in and showed him everything. And then she said no questions. And then he'd ask a question. She's like, "No, Bob, no questions." And they were trying to like draw a map out and figure out where Hopper was, right?
I again, I don't remember this. I mostly just remember Hopper and Elle being in that cabin because he's trying to keep her safe. Because literally, the government is after 11 for so many reasons. Her psychic powers, her like everything. Like the government and the Hawkins lab want her for a bajillion reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, they end up hiding in the cabin to keep her safe. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how the hell does nobody find out about this?
Well, yeah. And then Hopper ends up in the underground in the upside down world and trapped.
In the upside down?
Yes.
Or
Remember?
trapped in the upside down or trapped in the tunnels?
Oh, trapped in the tunnels with the vines, remember?
Trapped in the tunnels.
Because that's how they find him with the drawings.
Ah. Okay. I
in the
remember Hopper
mapping.
going into the tunnels, but I don't remember him being trapped in the tunnels.
Yeah, yeah. Like, when they were trying at the end when they're trying to leave the tunnel and it grabbed Mike's leg.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's how Hopper was done. It was like strangling him.
Ah,
Like
okay.
it looked like an octopus.
It does.
Yeah.
In season two, they also introduce a new character called Max, who
Yes.
is around the age of like Mike and Will and all them.
Yes.
And they also introduce Billy, who is a pretty cool character, but he's kind of an a-hole as well.
Max's stepbrother. And I'm looking at him and you know what? He looks like a very young Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah. Billy is a butthole. I don't like him at all in season two, but in season three, I like him a lot more.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And then,
And
yeah, go ahead.
sorry.
What you got?
Um, so Bob and Joyce rescue Hopper, and Eleven was by herself, so she ended up
Oh, yeah, she ends
hitchhiking.
up leaving.
Yeah, and she hitchhikes. And luckily it was a nice trucker, and she goes to her mom's house, and her mom is like in a catonic, state. And she's trying to get through to her mom by like putting on a blindfold, and it shows what happened, that and the aunt was in on it, that when she gave birth to her, they told her she died and they took her away, and she went to this lab to try to get her back, and they captured her, and I think they like did something to her where she would not remember stuff, and that's why she's catonic.
Yeah, yeah. One of the nurses takes like these magnet, like you know how like w when you take a little thing and go clear, beep,
Yeah,
something like that, and did it to her head, and so it messed up her so bad that she's just in that state of stuck in that same day of trying to find her daughter, and she can only repeat like the words that she remembers
yeah.
from that day. But yeah, when I saw that in season two, I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy.
So that's her mom. Who is the dad? Is Papa the dad, or he's just a bad man at the lab?
Uh, I don't know who Jane's dad is. Well, Jane is Eleven's real name. Um, I don't know who her dad is, unfortunately. I don't really think they even say who the dad is. Um, but Papa is not the dad. He is
Okay.
they just have him call him Papa.
And was 11 born with these powers, or were they like instilled to her in the lab?
So, what I'm going to tell you, because it's not, I don't want to spoil it, is you find out how she gets her powers in season five.
Okay. Okay,
That's
fair
all I'm gonna
enough.
say. Cause I thought the same thing too. I'm like, are you born this way? Like, do they have to do something? Like how the heck do you get the powers? And so me and Chris were watching, I believe it was season five episode. Let's see, I think there's seven episodes. We're on six. So episode five, you find out how she got her powers.
Okay.
And when I found out, I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. And the last episode of season two,
Well,
oh
hold
my
on.
God.
You're skipping a little bit here.
What am I missing?
Well, you forgot to mention Dart the Slug.
Oh, that's right. Can't
I
forget
was
that.
I was
Okay.
so sad because he eats a cat. He eats an orange cat.
Yeah, and they told Dustin, not to mess with that, and he did, and
Hmm.
this thing's just growing and growing. And then,
Hmm.
like you said, it eats his cat, and his mom just loved that cat, and he's got his mom on a wild goose chase looking for the cat when Dart ate it, and he had to bury the rest of the cat. And I
Hmm.
was so upset. I'm like, how dare you eat the cat?
I know. I was so sad about that. One thing that I love about season two is that Eleven gets revenge for her mom on that nurse that destroyed her.
Yes.
And okay, go ahead. You were gonna kind of sum up too.
Yeah. So is there anything else I'm missing in two? Or I'm
Well,
sorry, in one. No, in two. We're in two.
in
Yeah.
two. So I just wrote down like 11 ends up closing that gate because they need to close the gate to the upside down to make all this crazy crap stop.
Oh wait, hold on. But before that,
Mm-hmm.
um, they were trying to figure out how to get Will better, and they remember him saying that it doesn't like heat, it likes the cold. So they figured out,
Yeah.
let's do that. And they went, was it Hopper's cabin they went to?
Yeah, like they did like a sauna, right?
Yeah, and they're
Or
all sweating and they have all these heaters going, and the brother was telling the mom, "You're killing him, you're killing him." And she's just cranking it up, and it works. And it comes out of them and out the door and up in the air. It was like
was it like a black thing coming out of him?
yeah, like a cloud of
Okay.
dust too.
Yes, yes.
And then he finally came to and they're like, "Oh my God, it worked." And then they let Hopper know that it worked. And
Then it
um
goes back to the upside down, right?
yes, but Billy came there looking for Max, and she was tired of him being mean to her and her friends, and she gave him
Mm.
a tranquilizer. Remember that? And then they all hop in his car. She's driving, and you look, and there's like this block on the pedal so she can reach it. And he's coming too, and he's like, "Oh my God, she can't drive," and he's freaking out. She's driving, and it's funny how they fit all them into his sports car. I think it was a Camaro, and they went to the hole. And remember, they tied on to the car a rope, and they all went into the tunnel.
Yes.
And they had gasoline cans, so
Oh,
they were
yes,
gonna.
yes. They were gonna set it on fire.
Yes,
I remember Steve and like the whole group sets it on fire.
yes, and and then Hopper and Elle go into the hole at the lab because she has special powers. And I think we didn't mention this. When they were surrounded by the animals or the demon dogs, um, it was Elle and her powers that killed them. And then that's when they were reunited with Elle. And then Mike was upset with Hopper that he was hiding Elle, and he said, "I was doing it for her protection." You remember that?
Yep, I remember that.
Okay. So Elle is able to, oh, and another thing I didn't like is when Elle left and she hooked up with those bad
The bad
kids.
kids.
Yeah, I did not like that. So I was glad she got away from them.
Yeah.
So then they all end up at the lab, and oh, this was before the ending where Bob, um the doctor, which
Yes,
is
Bob.
it's yeah, the doctor, which is Paul Reiser from Mad About You. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling Bob, get out, get out, get out. And then Bob paused too long to look at Joyce and they got him. And I was like, no, not Bob. Bob
I
was the
was so
hero.
sad. I was so
Yeah.
sad when Bob died.
So, but like I said,
I,
so with the
I did the
ending,
same thing. I'm like, how dare you?
right? So with the ending, how Elle is able to seal up the hole and it takes a lot out of her. And then the kids are trying to get out of the tunnel. And then all of a sudden, those was it the demo? It was the dogs, right? The demo dogs came
The demo
running.
dogs?
Yeah, but they came running through, but they
Yeah,
kept going.
yeah.
And oh, and forgot before that, Dart. Dustin was reunited with Dart and was like, "Come on, let us through," and just kept giving them chocolate, and then they got through. And you see that Dart dies.
Yeah, that was
You see
sad
the
too.
the candy bar wrapper. Um, so they're done, and they're um Hopper goes and meets the doctor because he got attacked in the leg, but he's doing fine, and he gives Hopper a birth certificate for Elle, and she's Jane Hopper, and said, "Do you think it's safe to have her in public?" So they let her go to the dance. And that was the ending of two, the dance, and that brought back memories of, sock hops with me. And I was so mad at the girls that kept dogging Dustin. I thought he looked so adorable. And, the mean girls.
Hmm.
So that was really nice of Nancy to dance with him and tell him, hey, you know what? They change. They're yucky now. They change. I like that.
Dustin is a very lovable guy.
Yeah. And then
So
Hopper
how
and Joyce are outside of the school
uh-huh.
because they want to be close by. And
Yeah.
then Elle comes in and then dances with Mike. And then
Hmm.
Max is dancing with Lucas, right?
Yes.
And who am I leaving out? Will. Will's dancing with, I didn't catch her name.
I have no idea who Will dances with.
Yeah. But the music, love the music, the 80s music. And it's funny because I'm not really familiar with new artists in music because I listen to my music from the 80s and the 90s. And um, I mean, I just got introduced not too long ago to Pink Pony Club. So, but you watch these music award shows and you're like, who's that? You know,
Yeah, I feel that way too.
like you don't start knowing something and someone new until you
So
start hearing more about them. Like,
is that it for season two? Is that how it ends? There's nothing
yeah, the
else?
dance. Yep. And
The
then
dance,
it
nothing
shows.
else?
Then it shows the outside of the school and then it flips it over to the upside down world and a
Uh-huh.
monster above the school in the upside down world.
And then it ends.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
I'm starting episode 1, season 3.
Yeah, season three and four are phenomenal. I love them both very much.
Yeah. So this is just a little recap of 1 and 2. Like I said, well, this is the end, so I will put a
Yep.
disclosure that if you haven't watched 1 and 2, watch it before listening to this.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm glad I'm watching it, and it's funny because T's like, really, you're watching it? You don't have to keep binging it, and I'm like, I'm addicted. I can't stop, but I can't watch it when I go to bed.
Season three is amazing. You'll binge it too.
Yeah, I can't watch it when I'm going to bed because then I'll fall asleep and then I gotta rewind.
Yep.
Oh, and it was funny when Nancy's mom was flirting with Billy. I was like, oh, geez.
Yes.
So, all right, this is gonna cut off, but we're gonna do season 3 and 4, and then we'll end with 5.
Yes.
So, hope you enjoyed our little recap.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
We love our scrappy peeps. So thank you all for joining us and becoming part of our flock. So please like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't like us, unfortunately, yo mama. But if you do like us, we look forward to seeing you next time on Two Scrappy Chicks.